up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will be sharing different self-care tips that I use throughout my life and sometimes on an everyday basis. I know about almost 2 years ago, I filmed a video on 7 self-care tips that I incorporate. And even though I already have a video talking about this, a lot has changed within the past year and a half. So I wanted to share an updated version of that video. And I'm really learning the importance of really taking care of myself mentally and emotionally. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, for self-care is prayer. It has really changed my life. I've started my relationship with God about 3 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago, I started talking to him on an everyday basis, really getting into my word, really watching sermons. And that has really helped me in being, 1, self-aware, 2, being able to war in the spirit, and 3, just being able to communicate with God. Like, at that time, I had a lot of distractions. And now I'm really not that distracted anymore. And I feel like, just going to him in prayer and having worship really helps get my day started. I'm learning to really start also praying at night. There are a lot of things going in the spiritual realm that we don't necessarily know about. So I highly recommend just incorporating prayer in your day. Whatever fits with your schedule, do it. I did a video on how to have an effective devotion time with God. I posted that video a couple weeks back. I'll link it in one of the cards. I just feel off if I don't pray. I feel off. Even like sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I don't feel like praying. Sometimes I don't feel like having that quiet time with God, but I need it. Like, he wants us to spend that quality time with him. So I just feel off when I don't do it, and I know that, and I'm aware of that. So I just go ahead and do it. When you don't have that quiet time, period, the enemy smirks, and he's like, I almost got her, or I almost got him. Like, definitely don't want him doing that, because he's not about to get an inkling of anything. Like, I don't even want to leave a loophole open for him to slither his way through. We don't have time for that. I've just learned how much he really loves me. And I've learned how much, that wow, I'm valued by him. I need to value myself. Like, if God sees me like this, I need to learn to see myself like this. And anything that goes against it is a lie. So I just need to know, like, God got me. I'm loved by him. And I know it sounds cliche. God loves you. No, like, God really loves you. Therapy. Have that person that you can go to talk to and vent to about any and everything. And I honestly feel like the best time to go to therapy is when, like, you feel like, oh, I'm good. Still go, because it can just be little things throughout. Well, how was your day? Or how was your week? What was something in your week that could have been better? Like, therapy is just so crucial. It's not just for those, like, hard times. It's just for everyday life. If you're in a position to where you can't afford to seek therapy, I recommend reading self-help books. And I'll insert it in the video. And I saved it on Instagram a long time ago, and I'm very glad that I did. It's from the Instagram page Therapy for Women, and it says, if you can't afford therapy, do this. Follow therapists on Instagram and social media. Read self-help books. Journal or engage in some type of self-reflection or self-study. Practice mindfulness in some capacity. Take care of your body, movement, sleeping, sunlight, rest, food, exercise, stuff like that. Create a support network. Have community. Learn to set and maintain boundaries. Build and trust yourself by keeping your word to yourself. and practice self-compassion when you slip and mess up on the journey. My favorite Instagram page in regards to therapy is Therapy for Black Girls. Like, they have so many resources out there for Black girls and us needing therapy, because even though I'm so grateful that we have a Black female vice president of the United States of America, we still need that therapy. We still need that help. And I'm pretty sure, like, she has a very big responsibility, and I'm pretty sure that she has a therapist. So I am currently reading Think, Learn, Succeed by Dr. Carolyn Leaf. So far, it is a really, really good book. I'm not going to lie. I have to do better with reading this book because there are a lot of scientific terms that I don't necessarily understand. So when reading this book, I do a lot of Googling and I just do a lot of research because I want to be able to change my thought process. I want to be able to improve on how I think, and I want to learn how I learn, because I know with therapy and taking care of yourself, there are going to be some things that you need to unlearn. There are going to be certain habits that you need to break. So I do recommend reading Battlefield of the Mind. I listened to it on Audible, but I'm definitely going to get the hard copy so that way I can like highlight and take notes. Also, having community, having that group of people who can really like hold you accountable. It's cool to have friends. It's nothing wrong with having your friends to be there for you. That is great. But you do need like a group of people who can really push you and to really challenge you. If you go to a church and your church has small groups, join a small group. Because sometimes I could get a little lonely, but having that group of people to push you, to hold you accountable, to pray over you when you can't pray over yourself. You don't need a bunch of yes men in your life. Sometimes your favor can be held up just by who you're connected to. If you are connected to a bunch of people who are stuck in the same positions, who don't push you, who don't motivate you, who don't hold you accountable, you might need to rethink your circle. Still love them, because you might be a source of light for them. You know, they might be able to see God through you. So don't necessarily just cut them off, but at the same time, you still need to have a group of people in your life to really help you and hold you accountable for certain things and be like, sis, you said you was going to do this. God, like the word does say, is like, when temptation comes to you, God will give you a way of escape. Sometimes those ways of escape can be the people that you are surrounded with to help you. One thing about isolation is the enemy wants you to be alone. The enemy wants you to be isolated by yourself. I know for me, I'm practicing celibacy. And when you don't have that community, if you don't have anyone to hold you accountable, it is very easy for the enemy to invade and take over your mind. Like another self-care tip is saying no. Like, come here, sis. Come, let's pull up. Let's talk real quick. Sometimes you need to say no. If it is going to overwhelm you, if it triggers you in any type of way, if it leads you to be tempted to do something, say no. And don't give an explanation. No is a complete sentence, boo. I remember there used to be times where I didn't necessarily want to go out. There were times where I made myself available for something that I didn't really want to do. I made myself available for an obligation that I didn't really want to do. But because I said yes, I overwhelmed myself and my performance was trash. So you can grind. Like, we are totally in this hustle, team, no sleep mentality in society right now. And honestly, I call BS, because if God could rest by creating the entire planet, you can get some rest too. Make room for rest. Make time for rest. I'm an introvert. So for me, for and all of the introverts out there, I'm pretty sure you can relate. Like for introverts, how we recharge and how we are able to reset is by stepping back, stepping away, and being alone. Like it's a difference between isolation and stepping back to recharge. Like it might be days where we don't want to do anything. We want to chill at home. We might want to cook. We might want to take ourselves out on a date. We might we might want to take a bath, listen to music, and just relax. Like my friends know, and they can kind of tell when like I'm starting to be like, all right, I'm getting tired. I love y'all, but I need to go back and reset. And running off fumes is not the move. Like you want to do things with intention in your everyday life. So I think you should learn to be very self-aware of when you're starting to shut down. So another form of self-care is asking for what you want. About 2 days ago, I was getting something to eat. I wanted to try a Baconator wrapped in lettuce from Wendy's. I get my food, and as I'm pulling off, something's like, check your bag. So I checked my bag, had my fries, and I looked at my sandwich, and I only had one piece of lettuce. And when you say Baconator wrapped in lettuce, it's like 2 pieces of lettuce, almost like a hamburger bun. It looks like that, but with 2 pieces of lettuce, and they only gave me 1 piece. I was thinking to myself, I don't want to go back because I don't want to be a bother. And that's a trick of the enemy as well. Back to having community, making you saying stuff like, I don't want to bother anybody, I don't want to be a burden, because I know me, I'm the friend, like if people go through something like rough, like they call me. But if I'm going through something, I don't necessarily call my friends because I don't want to bother them. No, call them. Have that person you can call. Let me go back to my other point. And I had to really think about this. You know what, Talisha? You paid for this. This is not what you asked for. You are the customer, and they are there to serve you. Go back, tell them what they did wrong, and get exactly what you asked for because you paid for it. Lastly, a self-care tip that works for me is being organized and having a to-do list and having a schedule. I just started doing this like at the beginning of 2021. And when I tell you I love it, there is like a sense of accomplishment that I feel when, as I'm going throughout the day and I have certain things to do, I check it off my list and I'm like, oh, I feel so accomplished. I feel like I did something productive today because I got what I set out to accomplish. I got it done. Even big or small, in corporate America, you work from 8 to 5 and you have two 15-minute breaks and an hour lunch. So I take my 15-minute break at 10 a.m. for 15 minutes. And I'm not going to lie, this requires discipline. It will definitely teach you how to be very disciplined in certain areas. And it does help. Take my 15-minute break, get back to work. 12 o'clock hit. If I'm able to stop, I'll stop, eat my lunch for an hour. At 1 o'clock or after that hour, I'm back to work. 3 o'clock, 15-minute break. 5 o'clock, I'm off. But also help you feel accomplished. Like there's like a chemical that releases when you get something done. A happy chemical. I don't know what it's called. I'll try to research it and look it up and insert it in a video. But it is a scientific fact that there are endorphins that release in your body and in your brain when you get stuff done for the day and you finish a task for the day. So that is really helped me in my self-care. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my updated self-care tips. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and share with me in the comments below like how you take care of yourself. What do you do for self-care? And shoot, maybe I might need to do some of the stuff that y'all are recommending. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.